looking for someone that can love us or someone that can afford to love us. This is the Youth Voice Show on Hope Channel Uganda. Thank you so much, our dear viewer, for joining. And today we are going to be discussing a topic that you must not miss. Modern relationships. Has life and love become transactional? In this era where everything is attached to a financial benefit, what is your stand as a youth? What is your stand as someone in this particular topic that we are going to discuss? We are going to see whether everything has been attached to monetary value to an extent that even relationships that should be more of connecting to someone and getting to know them have reached a point where they are connected to financial benefits. So we want to understand deeply what modern relationships are. We are not here to condemn anything, but we want to understand and learn from each other. I believe this is a show that is worth watching, and if you have not yet joined, please make sure you watch this show because it is going to be an interesting one. And your host today is Mudubira Angela, and I have a panel with me that is going to help digest this particular topic. I am going to introduce the people that are going to be elaborating and clearly helping us understand what modern relationships are all about. And I am going to start with the lady at my extreme right. The beautiful young lady over there is Patricia Musasizi, and she is a student that is pursuing a bachelor's degree of science with education chemistry. She is a science teacher. We are so glad to have you on board, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining the Youth Voice Show.
You're welcome. I'm glad.
And the only gentleman that we have on the panel, yes, today we have Happy Souls. He is Ayebazibwe Edwin. And I don't know whether it is coincidence, but he is also a science teacher.
Yeah.
And he is a teacher at Midland High School, Kawempe. Sure. Thank you so much, and we are really eager to listen from you, from your expertise.
Thank you.
And of course, the beautiful lady that is seated next to me with a beautiful smile. Her name is Abuo Caroline, and she is a public health practitioner. Yes. She has been on the Youth Voice, so those that have been following us, you've been seeing her quite often. And I believe we can all relate with the people that are here today. It is not their maiden appearance. So we are going to be discussing modern relationships. Has life and love become transactional? I don't know what you're thinking, but come think with me. I want to start with the only gentleman that we have on the panel. What do you understand when you hear the word a transactional relationship?
Yeah, thank you so much, my host. Now, thank you so much for this wonderful topic that you have surely introduced. A transactional relationship in the modern world. Humanity. Now, with transactions, it is more in the economics world where you go out to purchase or have a transaction with someone. There's something you are offering and you are expecting them to offer something
in return,
and you expect a profit thereof.
Wow.
Simply, simply you expect him or her to offer more than you are going to offer, such that there is a return at your end. So talking transactional relationships, that is it. You relate with someone with the expectation of having profit from that.
Thank you so much. Yes, Carol, what do you think?
I'm not going to drive away from what my brother has said, but if you look at a transactional relationship, it is one whereby you give something and you expect something in return. If I offer my love to you, of course I'm expecting something back. Maybe I've given you money and
so can the transactional bit mean it is only the finances?
No, it could not be finances. For example, someone can give you money and then at the end of it all they expect something else like sex from you. So that becomes a transactional relationship.
Okay, yes, Patricia, what do you think?
Yes, actually what I think, it is not also diverting from what these people have said, but a transactional relationship, in my own understanding, is where you will have to, okay, I'm gaining. If I put in something, I expect to gain something back. So I do not put in vain, Once I know that I've invested in Patricia, she has to.
Investment. Underline the word investment.
I've invested in you, so I expect something in return.
Thank you so much. So, our dear viewer, like you have heard from our panelists, that is what they think a transactional relationship is all about. Tell us, let us know what you think a transactional relationship is all about. So, when I was starting my introduction, I talked about something like, are we looking for someone that will love, who can love us, or someone who can afford to love? So does that happen more often? Are there people who think there are people who cannot afford to love them? Is it evident in our societies?
Yeah, very, very possible. It is so evident. You see, for the few years I've lived.
Underlying keywords, I didn't know men fear to talk about the right age, but few years.
No, for the few years I've lived on this terrestrial ball, it has really been evident to me that some transactions, some relationships are really transactional. People come to you.
Has someone ever told you that you can't afford to love them? Just a quick one. You don't have to overthink.
I have to check back, but I think I've not experienced that.
Because I feel like it happens more to the men. A lady tells you.
It happens a lot to the men.
You can't afford me.
But the only scenario I've had was one who says now, when you check our age bracket, you still have a lot to look up to, and for me, I'm already here, so we may not match up.
Okay.
And it was too genuine. Yeah. But then, what I was still driving home is that people can really think one will not afford to love them. Because the life they are envisioning, she talked about something to do with expectations. The life they expect to live in a relationship, they have total evidence that this person will not match up.
Yeah, but also, I think I would actually a little bit be on your side, but also say something. When you look at transactional relationships, nowadays in the modern era, I don't think it used to be like that in the African traditional society.
True.
A lot of things have changed. And when you look at this century right now, you find that nowadays men have a norm of saying, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
And that alone, it actually shows that relationship is going to be transactional. There is something that we call reciprocity, whereby you reciprocate
what someone
is actually doing for you. And that is not actually a transactional relationship. It is something that you're wishing good. You're wishing both of you
you're returning a favor.
Exactly.
Yeah. One good turn
the
deserves
same grace.
another.
Exactly.
But nowadays we say, what do you bring to the table? Of course, what I'm going to bring to the table is going to be a transaction. Because on the table, we discuss transactions only.
You bring something to the table.
Exactly.
I give you this, you give me that.
Exactly. Yes. So it is going to be a transaction. And if you ever tell me that you bring something, what do you bring to the table? Of course, it's going to be a transaction.
Sure.
It's a transaction
Trisha,
mode.
do you think that relationships today have become more transactional than they were in the future, if we are to contrast? So also you, in the few years you've lived on earth, because if Edwin has lived a few years on earth, then definitely I believe you have also lived a few years on earth. So have relationships become more transactional than they were in the future?
Yeah.
In the past. Sorry.
In the past. Thank you so much. Sure. The thing is, I guess you also agree with me. When you try to look at what is happening right now, the relationships that we are having, it may not be only relationships. The friendships, you're living with your friends.
Even
family.
Also families.
Yeah.
So it has become more of that.
So that means they have become more transactional.
Yes.
Yeah.
What has really changed? What has made them become more transactional?
Well, one thing, people have high expectations, and also the environment you live in, you live somewhere where people are probably because we are not the same, right?
True.
You will see that there are some people that are high above you, so you would wish to live the way they are living. So when someone meets you and their capacity is what they have provided, you feel like, this is not enough. This is not what I hope for. So I need somewhere, or I need to be somewhere like the other person. But you have not looked at the person who is investing in you. You do not know their limit, So those are some of the things that hype us, if I'm to say. They hype you. You feel like, I cannot be on
so
this
that means
level.
that increasingly relationships have tended to shift to more of what someone brings on the table, their financial status.
And actually, another thing would be, I think, social media.
True.
Very important.
When you look at social media, people will always show you the good side of the relationship. My man is a giver. My man is this and that. You do not know what happens behind the closed doors. And now that is the ideal and reality. So when I see my friend affording something,
I definitely want
house,
to have it as well.
A very nice apartment, because that is what the man is affording. You never know, it could be actually something. Maybe the man went and cheated, and this is something they are giving back to you. Exactly. And you do not know what that is. But you start pressurizing your person you're in a relationship with to give you the same thing. You get.
Because now you want to live the same life that this person is living.
And when you see right now, that is where we are heading. We love to show. We want to show the world the
to
other
prove
side.
To them.
Exactly. You want to show that me, I can afford this and that. At the end of the day, I think you've seen whereby people lose their loved ones, and you go to their homes and someone is like, Kumbe, you come from this. Because that is not what you're showing.
True, they portray what they want you to see.
So at the end of it all, we are driving away from the reality, and we are going into the ideal world.
Which is never there.
Yes.
And there is one thing that we forget when we are on social media, that people are in need of views, they just want to make money, or
they want views
to put up something, so they'll come and they'll tell you, I live in a mansion, and
then you just go there to record.
I know, right?
And nowadays there are Airbnbs.
You just get to a beautiful place, you record something, maybe you work there, so you usually, get there. So you record things and make people feel that's your level, that's where you live. So someone will look up to you and will be like,
I can't afford that person.
I cannot afford that person. Yes.
Actually, my host, what these wonderful ladies are talking about is very, very important. And I want to speak to any young person out there who is being influenced by social media.
Actually, they call them influencers.
Yes, social media influencers. You are really following showbiz of ideality, and yet the reality is different.
True.
Social media has portrayed something very, very, very dramatic.
True.
People are living plastic lives on social media, and then innocent you is watching them, and you want your life to be like that. You don't know that this person has brought, lights and cameras to record that brilliant scene, and it's what you want to be your living room.
True.
And yet they are just going out to record. So we should really follow what is real rather than
on ground,
social media.
other than following the.
And actually, there is another saying that nowadays they are saying that. I think my man is not loving me right.
Yeah, you're not loved right.
Because you see what is happening on social media.
Everywhere we are seeing surprise proposals, vacations. Actually, there is a trending sound that they don't take me for dinner, they take me for vacation. So we have a lot of trends that are impacting young people, and it has as well impacted the modern relationships. So our dear viewer, those are the perspectives of these people. That is what they think a transactional relationship is all about and why relationships have become transactional. I do not know what you think about that, but you can let us know through our different social media platforms. Keep on engaging, keep on sharing. So as we were discussing, something came into my mind because we are talking about relationships only. But I want to believe that transactional relationships have even reached the extent of family, whereby parents love that child who brings something on the table, that child who can, that child who can take care of them. When Patricia was talking, she talked about an investment, you know, and some parents believe they have invested in their children. So they expect
they teach
profit.
us that we will take care of them in the future.
Exactly. So does that mean that this bit of having a transactional relationship has gone too far to an extent of reaching even family?
True.
Even not even family, but even friendships. Nowadays,
people are friends with someone.
Exactly. I don't. Maybe me, but some other people don't want to have a friend who is not a giver.
True.
Because at the end of the day, what are you adding on me? Nothing.
What do you bring to the table?
Exactly. So when it comes to family, most family members actually expect something in return. Someone pays your tuition or school fees, and they expect you that after school, immediately, you have to take care of their children.
The first salary that you
Because honestly, I've taken care of you, so why not?
Why not?
And when you by God's chance you get a job that really pays off, they start bringing their requests and everything,
the shopping
and
lists.
all that. Exactly. And at the end of it all, you just start getting irritated. Actually, that is why most people are cutting off their family members, because they are tired of the stress that comes around that whole thing of being a transactional relative or something.
Relative. So you see, most of the times when we are discussing transactional relationships, we talk of it as a moral issue. But I've realized that it is actually a financial and economical issue. Many people expect return because themselves are not doing well.
True.
You see, when I look at my pocket and look through the day, I see that I will not fare up. And say, now if she is calling me, if he is calling me to go and offer ABCD because he is not doing well, what will I gain from there? Will I have lunch? Will I have supper? So because we are not doing well financially and because we have decided to keep in that comfort, we look at each one of our friends as sources of income. When parents have not, invested into having businesses and having a life that is self-sustaining, they look at their children as now the bait that is going to bring back what they cannot afford.
Generational poverty.
When you have
they want you to break the generation cycle.
When you have a daughter, you look at her as 15 cows. Or thereabout. Because you have not been able to put up a kraal in your lifetime.
It actually made the president talk about it.
I think
it became an issue of discussion because it was getting too much. Actually, from your submission, it has made me think something. So, does that mean we should not have financial expectations in relationships? Is it financial expectation or exploitation? Those are two different things. I want to understand. So if I am in a relationship with someone, does that mean I should not have financial expectations? Shouldn't I expect my child to give me some money if they have made some money at the end of the month and they're like, you know what, mom? Kasoda kaku.
You see, one wise man said, expectation is the killer of peace.
Okay.
Whenever you expect, you're going to get disappointed.
So can love survive without finances? Like financial expectations?
No. Finances are the oil of relationships. But the point of
so
expectation...
where does the issue come in from?
The challenge is expecting.
I should be there blindly and not expect anything?
No. Okay, the thing is, majorly what brings in that mentality of transaction is being selfish
Yes.
lack of love for someone. If you're doing something and you do not really love that person, you feel like you should get something in return. Whatever you give them, you should have something in return. But if we do something out of love, you will have less expectations.
Sure.
And in a relationship, it is not that you should be with a poor person just because you shouldn't expect money. No. No. Money has to drive
So
the relationship.
that is actually
small.
taking you somewhere.
So
Carol,
Yes.
can someone love you and still not be and still decide not to support you financially? Quote my words, decide not to support you
so that
financially.
is something.
I need to answer that as a man.
Why should you decide?
Let's just get her
Let's first
perspective.
get her perspective.
Why should you decide not to give me money? But me, one thing I would talk about is I shouldn't be expecting money.
True.
Okay, I should be expecting
Eva, are we
support.
talking reality
Yeah,
or
we are talking reality.
No, we are talking of reality here.
like your reality?
Yes.
You should not be okay.
You should not be expecting financial. Okay, expectations are different. I would be expecting my man to give me 500,000.
Okay.
But in reality, he does not have that 500,000
At the moment.
At the moment.
Yes.
So now that is when the reality steps in. What can your man afford in terms of your finance? Okay? So if you can afford 100,000, then ask for that. Don't ask for 500, which
Because
he cannot, afford.
Then you say he doesn't love you because he
Exactly.
has not given you 500.
We are talking of high expectations. Expectations are there in a relationship
Yes.
because you expect more from one step to another.
True.
But the reality has to come to step in. How far can your man reach in terms of finance or in terms of support? That is where we say, ladies, please work. Banange, work.
You're right.
Have some money
With you.
With you.
It will solve you a lot of expectations from a man.
Yeah.
That's right.
The moment you start looking at a man as your source of everything,
Of
you're losing
income.
it all.
Yeah.
That is when you go into depression and start looking as if you
Become a
were...
motivational speaker.
They call it a rejected sacrifice. So you start becoming a motivational speaker. Have expectations, but always look at the reality of your person.
Right.
What can he offer and what he cannot offer. With that, you'll have content in your heart that this is how far I can go and this is how far you cannot go. It will give you a peace of mind. You'll actually give back lovingly and selflessly because you've accepted the reality.
Yes,
Yeah.
Edwin, you wanted to answer as a man.
Yeah, so as a man,
As a man.
this is from my personal reality and for the men out there. When there is love, trust me, provision is an offspring of that. There is no man who will tell you that they love you and they withhold
What they have.
what they have.
If he wanted, he would.
You see,
If he wanted, he would.
If it is real love and they are really into you, because that's what makes men
You're speaking like you
accomplished.
have been in real love before.
Yeah, I
Or you are in real
I
love.
am in.
Clock it.
Yeah, and you know I can go to my father extreme to provide because
Yeah.
that is what I should do.
Yeah.
That's what I ought to do.
You have
Yeah.
to be a provider.
Yes.
So where does this leave the woman?
So where it leaves the woman, you
What
see,
is she supposed to do?
what she is supposed to do is to understand me very well and know. You know, sometimes, as you know, relationships are very
I
tricky.
don't know.
So let me tell you, as I am doing that,
Yes.
probably she's not satisfied with it because she maybe is expecting much more than that. Yeah,
More than what you're giving.
yes. But what I now call upon to the ladies out there is you understand the reality. Don't
Like Carol
compare
said.
with social media people. You see someone has been gifted a car and you want me to gift you a car.
Yet you don't have
Yet
one
I don't
yourself.
have the car myself. So what I expect from the ladies is we should embrace.
But you said you go to the extreme.
Of course, I've gone to my extreme,
That is
but
your
it's still
extreme.
not what you expect. You get the point?
Yeah.
I get it.
So the concept here is I want you to put yourself in my shoes. We should have this character or habit of putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
But there is also a reality about men,
Yes.
whereby the first time you approach someone, you're not coming as you.
You are pretending to be
portray
someone,
something
Yeah.
else.
some image.
You show
And
us
with
that
these
you're
smart men,
rich,
necktie,
you have
as-
money. So maybe that's why
Necktie.
some girls do have those high expectations.
Yeah, you're very right.
Because of your first impression.
First impression. You're very right, but then that's what I have been telling us, that we all need to come to the reality of things. For me, when with the friends I have, I always put myself in their shoes. If I'm demanding this, can I do the same? Is it possible that if I am asking a 500K, if someone asked for a 500K now, I would be able to drop it?
Give it.
So if this person delays by 6 hours, how will I get irritated? What's my response? Because I know I would not do the same if I was asked of it. So this person is probably having this thing put together and they have to delay for this long.
Yeah.
So if I cannot offer something, why should I expect the other person to do it to myself?
Right.
That's why he says we should work.
This is getting interesting. We are understanding the modern relationships and we are asking ourselves this question: has life and love become transactional? That is the question that is ringing in my mind, in your mind, our dear viewer. We want that by the end of this show, you have an answer as to whether or not life and love have become transactional. We are going to go for a very short break, and after that, we are going to come back and continue to digest this topic, and I believe it will be worth your stay and you will not regret watching this show. Some relationships do not end because love ceased, but they end because the benefits stopped. Welcome back from that very short break, our dear viewer, and we are yet to continue digesting this wonderful topic that we have been talking about. To those that have just joined us, we are talking about modern relationships and asking ourselves, has life and love become transactional? That is the question we have on table today. And in the first segment of our discussion, we have talked about how relationships today have become transactional, both in personal relationships and family as well. We have seen the impact that social media has on relationships, and we have also seen the impact that it has on the youth today and how they try to live in a number of expectations of other people, how relationships end and why they do end. So do you think some relationships end because love is no longer there or because the benefits have stopped? I want to start with Carol.
Well, I think it's both ways. It can love because the benefits have stopped. If at all it was a transactional relationship.
Exactly.
Whereby you were expecting something and because you have not got it, you choose to let go.
To let go. So that means you are in a relationship because there is something that you're getting out of it.
Exactly.
Yes, Edwin, what do you think?
Yeah, I will not differ from her. Love is patient, love is kind, love is humble. So the notion that love has
And
ended...
put in mind that Edwin said that he is in love.
Before, the notion that love has ended, when we are true to duty and when this person is really into it, is not right. But some relationships have ended because They were founded on benefits.
On wrong principles.
Yeah, and the benefits are no more. Perhaps there is some other richer source of benefits.
Yes, Patricia, what is your take on that?
Yeah, that is very true. Some relationships end because, yes, love is over. You know, this affection can change. You can love someone, you have the all
fleet.
that.
The chemistry.
The chemistry.
The chemistry is there, but then all of a sudden, boom, it is over. And then also, just because of where it was rooted, where
The foundation.
the foundation of all that. So if the source is, where it has disappeared, of course, the relationship also has to go. So,
by the way, talking about the chemistry, people who are still in relationships and getting into relationships, yes, the chemistry is important, but it should not be the primary reason you are getting into a relationship.
That is true.
Okay.
I share with so many old men, married ones, of course, and they share a lot with me. They tell me the chemistry, if it has stayed for so long, can go for just 1 year.
really?
Yes. And after that, it is responsibility that keeps
But Edwin, I want to ask you a question also.
Yes.
You see, there is a saying that goes, married man, he says, I think you're my soulmate.
Yes.
Why does it come that way? Because I believe that you've been in a relationship with your woman, with your wife, like you're married,
Yes.
and then you're like, that saying says that goes, I've found my soulmate.
Talking to another woman.
Exactly.
Ah.
So that is where I come in to answer her question of, has love ended? Okay. I think at some point you stop loving someone because you choose to stop
Yes.
loving that person.
Oh,
Yes.
You're right.
Because you're deriving to another person. You cannot love God and Satan.
Yes.
So you
can't
either
serve
love,
two masters at
exactly. You either love someone genuinely or not love them.
By the way, love is a choice that we make.
Okay.
And whether there is chemistry or not, love is a choice. So if you're going to find a soulmate because now the chemistry is refreshed in this person, you may again find another soulmate after that.
yeah, you keep
Exactly.
finding.
So if you choose to love someone at their highs and lows, trust me, you'll always choose because you did the choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is really insightful. So, dear viewer, look at the relationship that you have right now. It could be with your partner, it could be with your parent, it could be with a friend. What is the foundation of that relationship? Is it genuinely because you love the person that you're in this relationship with, or it is because you have those benefits that you want to gain from the relationship? What it is, whatever it is, you know best more than we do. So think about it and look for ways that you can make it better if there need be. So that leads me to, we talked about social media pressure, and it sparked something in my mind. Sometimes we do things to prove a point.
Yeah.
We do things because we want to be looked at in a certain perspective. So are we really connecting with people, or we are competing? It has become a trend in very many young people today, in that if Patricia is dating someone, Carol will also want to date because she believes they are in the same circles and she wants to prove a certain point. There is that image that we want to portray to society. So what is the issue here, and how best can that be solved?
You see, competition is it can either be through.
Should we call it unhealthy competition? Because competition may not be bad, but unhealthy competition.
Okay. Unhealthy competition.
Yeah.
It can be in a relationship between you and your man, or between a husband and a wife. Competition can come in whereby who earns more money, who has sacrificed more. Have sacrificed a lot for you, but have you done the same thing? So there, you're giving something because you're in a competitive manner. Because you're expecting, you have to have the same energy. Yeah, exactly. So, but then at the end of it all, it does not yield good results because you'll end up clashing.
Sure.
And what happens with clashing? You end up going separate ways because you feel that person is not on your level that you can compete with. But then when it comes to social media pressure and everything, we are in a competitive world whereby I want to show the best, just like how I saw my influencer showing the same thing. Like if he's driving the same car, I would love the same car. If he's having this life, he went to Cafe Javas, I would love to have my dates on Cafe Javas. I would have to have a staycation at Sheraton. So you find that you're living in a competitive world, and that is not love. You're just competing because that is what you want. Exactly.
So that means that people should accept the reality of life.
Exactly.
Accept the reality of life and do not live to prove a point or to live up to people's expectations.
Sure. Yeah.
So while we are talking about all this, we want to still understand, what does the Bible say about all this? Yes? So when you're reading 1 Corinthians, I think chapter 13, it describes at length what love is and what it is not. Edwin here was talking about what love is. Love is patient. Love is not selfish. Love is kind. Like all those things. But on ground, Vidalam, the reality on ground is completely different because we have people that love with expectations.
Yeah.
I become Carol's friend because I know she will give me something. I date a man because I know he's financially stable, and that is why I am there. That means if the finances at some point start meandering here and there, I will not stay. So how can the truth about what love should really be shape how we should relate with the people around us, be it our family members, be it our friends, our partners? How should understanding what love is shape our relationships with these people? Yes, Patricia.
What I think majorly is understanding oneself. You know, when you know who you are, what you are capable of, you can do things in your own way, not being influenced by someone. And by that, you can be in harmony with other people. You will not have high expectations because you know who you are, you know what you can do, you know how big you can go, you know. So understanding yourself is one key point I can give. Yeah.
Yeah, so talking about the reality of love, I draw lessons from the champion of love, who's God himself. You see, God is revealed to us.
It looks like these people had some other champion of love that they knew, because the moment you said the champion of love, we're thinking that maybe you're the one, since you told us you're genuinely in love.
I copy from the champion of love, who is God himself, and revealed to us through the person of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And I derive a very simple statement here. There is beauty in simplicity. When you look at how Christ lived his life here on earth, was the show of perfect love. Oh, perfect love. He knew he was capable of everything, for he created the universe, but chose to come and be with us, his creatures. And we even smite him, beat him up, and do whatever we did. So love in its genuine form knows oneself, as she said, because Christ knew himself, and yet you lower your standard to uphold this person that you have chosen to love.
I'm sorry to cut you short.
Yes.
But at that very point, if that is what love is not self-seeking.
Yes.
So does that mean I should not have expectations in a relationship?
You see,
since love is not self-seeking, it is all about the other person. Should I lower my expectations?
But you say just like you're doing charity. What are you expecting from a child you're giving a cake on
that
the
is
road?
genuine love, yes.
Genuine.
You're expecting
Genuine
nothing
love.
because there is nothing they're going to give you.
Sure.
You get. So this is what we have to have in our perspective of having a good relationship.
Yes.
when someone genuinely gives you, you shouldn't expect back.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
We should also not exploit their kindness.
You see, it is like
because that becomes manipulative.
it's like a natural law that when there is genuine love, there is reciprocation. When love is genuinely abounding, expectations diminish and reality takes control.
Yeah.
When I bring something to you, you say, wow, this person really is showing up. They love me. Probably when I walk around, I should also come with, not in a competitive manner,
Sure.
not from
It happens
coercion,
naturally.
but it happens naturally. And
So
that's
now,
what we should
if
look
we
up
are
to.
to start having healthier relationships, I want to start from Patricia as we all come. If we are to start having healthier relationships, what is it that people need to stop doing? Just a statement as we come.
Okay. If we are to have a healthy or healthier relationship, I guess people should stop having or hidden information about themselves. You know, let communication be open. If you decide to be with someone, this is not only applying to the relationships that you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, but also the friendship, the family where we are. Be open to them. Because if you're not open, there are so many things that will happen and you end up getting depressed.
Dear viewer, if you want a healthier relationship, then let communication be open.
Yeah.
What should people do if they want a healthier relationship, Edwin? Let's be brief.
If we want a healthier relationship,
Yes.
we should master the art of not planning in other people's pockets.
Okay. That is right.
Yes.
Wow, I think that is loud and clear. I do not have to repeat a thing. Yes, Carol.
A healthy relationship is where you people are supposed to have mutual respect with one another. What I mean by mutual respect, you do not control me, you do not intentionally hurt me, you do not belittle me, you give me that mutual respect that I deserve. A healthy relationship, of course, always has a disagreement.
Yeah.
But that disagreement does not lead to destroying of the trust, the respect, and the love that I have
So
for
what
you.
do you think people should stop doing if they are to have a healthier relationship?
Respect one another and understand one another. Once you do those things, especially understanding the person you're having a relationship with, it will help you a lot. Because you'll have less expectations, you'll have the reality of life, you will not put your person on pressure to give you something that they actually do not have or afford. So you will actually have something healthy, that whereby you're not going to put yourself on pressure, that I have to impress someone, because
you.
Exactly. You understand the reality of life. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So that is what they think. So back to you, our dear viewer. What do you think people should stop doing? You can share with us your thoughts in the chat there and let us know what you think about that. And don't forget to keep following all our social media platforms, Hope Channel Uganda, and always keep it the Youth Voice Show. So we are looking at length. So what should we do? Since life and love are tending to become more transactional, what is it that we should do to cut this trend that has become a vice? It is growing each and every day. What is it that we should do to make sure that love and life stop becoming transactional like they are?
Me, one thing I would always tell any other person, be it in my age or not my age, is that always live in the reality of life.
Okay.
One thing that I always tell people is that I'm never on pressure. Yes, I could be getting older every year, but I do not live on pressure.
Wow.
Because I know that I will afford a life that I want.
True.
One day. Because I know I have it. That's why I live in my reality now. I cannot go for something I cannot afford. I cannot live a luxurious life that I cannot afford. I always live in my reality because the people you look up to are not your age mates.
True. You want to attain something they have worked for 5 years in a year.
You've seen someone in traffic jam driving a GLE, but she's over 40 years. You're in your 20s.
And you want
for Christ's
the
sake,
same life.
it is not going to come in a snap like this.
You know, there is a link,
Yeah.
there is a meme I read, and it was saying that you want to end generational poverty with a link. You know those links those links that way. It was at first funny. Of course, I laughed it off like anyone would do.
Simple click.
Yes, like you want to end generational poverty with a link.
Yeah.
So, but afterwards, when I reflected on it, I was like, so this is the reality. Sometimes we want to get things that people have worked for years in just a snap.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and you're a billionaire. You're one of the richest girls.
It
like,
takes a lot.
It takes a lot.
It takes a lot. And also, let them read books. Reading is good. It enlightens you on different things. At least you get knowledge from people who have made it in life. It is very important to have some reading in your spare time. Leave social media, do some reading. There are a lot of books that have come up that can really incite you on how far you can go in life and how better you can plan your future. Even we have books of family Adventist home.
Yes.
It is a very good book for anyone to read because it shows you what a perfect Christian home
is supposed to be
yes,
like.
It should, how it should look like.
All right, thank you so much, Carol. Yes, what should we do to cut this growing trend of transactional relationships?
Yeah, thank you so much, my host. For the few minutes I've been on this show,
you have been a few minutes on this world, a few years on this world, and a few minutes. So it is okay.
I
Everything
take track
is,
of time. So
it is well.
I've realized that there are so many things we have in common with her.
With her?
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe I will learn a lot from her. But now, what should we do? There are so many important lessons I take from nature. And there's one quote I read this week, and they said that maybe the reason nature is peaceful is because nothing is trying to live more than what it actually is. And that's the cause of peace in nature. When I walk through the woods, I really see some sort of calmness because these plants have chosen to coexist the way they are.
Actually, not competing.
You get everything is in its lane.
Coexistence.
So when I look at myself, as long as I'm better than me tomorrow, that's the way to go.
True.
Not looking at my
Your
sister.
life should not be a competition against anyone else.
Yeah.
Rather with yourself.
We coexist with mutual respect, mutual support, and putting ourselves in others' shoes. Empathy. It is very, very important if we are going to really have peaceful.
Yes, Patricia.
So,
what should we do?
Stop fantasizing. You should stop the fantasy. You know, personally, I like dramas. You know, so you see
the people
someone
that watch Korean dramas.
Yes. So you see someone bumping into a CEO, and then from there they become
their
lovers.
life changes.
Yeah.
So you pray one day you've been knocked by a CEO's
We used to watch Nigerian movies and they was, I need to find a prince.
The prince chooses you.
So that fantasy, if you see that, and then you also want to be that girl, that poor girl. Actually, they are already poor. And then the CEO, they bump, and then they end up in love.
They knock the CEO while entering the elevator.
My dear, that fantasy should just end here to make you laugh, you know, so that you do not grow old. Otherwise, let us live our own lives. Live in the reality. Know where your capacity is and live to better yourself, if I'm to say. Live to know that if tomorrow comes, I have to be better than yesterday. So let us do that. Otherwise,
I think you should conclude while giving us your parting shot till we come back here.
Do you think my parting shot will differ from not fantasizing? Do not fantasize, my dear.
Yeah.
Yes, Edwin, your parting shot.
Yeah, my parting shots, very pertinent discussion we have had here. Very, very important. And as I leave this table today, I want to really speak to someone out there watching this show that reality will save you from a lot. Not to settle for the least, but to acknowledge where you are now, that you may go forth. It is only those who know themselves that can work on themselves, and you should not spend time chasing butterflies. Yeah, rather plant a garden of flowers in your vineyard, and butterflies will come.
Will come to you.
Sure.
This is interesting. Yes,
Okay,
Carol.
my parting shot would be, this life has a lot of challenges here and there, and when it comes to modern relationships, it's really going berserk. But what I would tell the younger self of my version, a Christian out there or a non-Christian, always live in reality, because it saves you a lot, and you'll always step back.
Sure.
When life fails, there is always a stepping stone out there. You just have to find your true self and believe in yourself that you can make it, and you will make it.
This has been a wonderful, wonderful discussion, and I believe I have learned a lot, and we've all learned a lot from each other, because we have digested this topic, and I want to believe that it has really been worth it. Thank you so much for spending your time to come and share your views and ideas with us here on Hope Channel Uganda, specifically at the Youth Voice Show. So now, our dear viewer, thank you for following us and following the conversation. And we have been talking about modern relationships and asking ourselves whether or not life and love have become transactional. So maybe the question today could not be only asking whether life or love have become transactional, but what kind of love do we bring in our relationships? Do we join relationships because we expect something? Are we related to people, or do we associate with people simply because of what they bring on the table, or simply because of what value they add to us? Is that what we do? So the question today that I want to leave with you is, what do you bring in the relationship that you're in right now? I want to believe that you have learned a lot, and thank you for following us. Thank you for watching the Youth Voice Show, and thank you for choosing Hope Channel Uganda. My name is Mudubira Angela, and I have been the host for this particular show. Until we meet again next time, always keep it Hope Channel Uganda. See you when you see me.